6 figures, no degree, no student debt, no 4 years of waiting before you earn your first real paycheck. Today, I'm counting down 7 trade careers where 6 figures is not the ceiling, it's the target. And every single one of them is reachable without a college degree. Here's what the college conversation in this country gets wrong. It shows you one path, the degree path, the 100,000 in debt path, the 4 years of theory before you earn a real wage path. What it almost never shows you is the trades version of this conversation. The path where you earn while you learn, where your credentials come from skills and hours, not a transcript, and where 6 figures is not a distant goal. It is a documented outcome. Here's what I want to be clear about before we start. 6 figures in the trades is not handed to you. It requires years of skill development, the right certifications, and in some cases, the willingness to build your own business. But every trade on this list has a documented realistic path to 100,000 and above. And none of them requires a 4-year degree. Number 1 on this countdown is a trade where the freelance ceiling is the highest documented earning potential on this entire list. And almost nobody in the career advice world is talking about it. Stay with me for that one. Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe. All right, let's count it down. Number 7, Construction Safety Manager, OSHA Certified Site Safety Specialist. Starting at number 7, with one that most people have never considered as a trade-adjacent career. And the path in does not require a college degree. A construction safety manager runs the safety program on a construction site, conducts job site inspections, investigates incidents, leads toolbox talks, ensures OSHA compliance. And here's what makes this career uniquely accessible for someone coming from the trades. The job requires judgment, communication, and the ability to walk onto a job site and get compliance from experienced crew members. Those are skills that come from working in the trades, not from a classroom. Here's the pay picture. Construction safety managers earn $70,000 to $110,000. The CSP, Certified Safety Professional credential from the Board of Certified Safety Professionals, is the top designation and pushes pay to the top of that range and above. Large general contractors and safety consulting firms on major projects are paying $110,000 to $140,000 for experienced CSPs. Here's the path in. OSHA 30 is available fully online and costs around $200. The CHST, Construction Health and Safety Technician credential, has significant online study components. A focused person can be OSHA 30 certified and working towards a CHST within 3 to 6 months. No college degree required. And here's the thing about this career for someone with the trades background specifically. Large general contractors are actively looking for safety professionals who have real-world field credibility, who can talk to a 55-year-old carpenter and get compliance without creating confrontation. The credibility is not something a classroom produces. It comes from time in the field. All right, next up. The cost of guessing, training for the wrong trade can cost you thousands of dollars and a year of your life. I've seen it happen. That's why I want you to check out Course Careers before you do anything else. They've got an AI career counselor named Coura, and she'll match you to the right fit based on your goals, your personality, your lifestyle, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction project management, construction estimating, architectural drafting, supply chain coordinator. She knows the difference and she'll point you in the right direction. Then you start the free intro course, 0 experience required, and get a real feel for the career before you spend a dime on training. Students have gone from 0 to high-paying careers in as little as 4 to 12 weeks. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. Stop guessing. Let Coura do the math. Number 6, plumber, master plumber, and service business owner. Here's number 6, and this is a career where the 6-figure path is arguably the most accessible of anything on this list, because the demand situation is so severe that the market is essentially pulling people up the income ladder faster than it ever has before. Here's the documented pay picture. According to BLS data, the top 10% of plumbers earn over $100,000 per year. Current industry salary guides put master plumbers at $80,000 to $108,000 in employed positions. Self-employed master plumbers running their own operations are documented in the 80,000 to 200,000 range before business expenses. Here's the six-figure path specifically. The UA apprenticeship is the entry point. 5 years, paid from day one, 0 student debt. The journeyman card opens the employed six-figure path in strong markets. The master license opens the business ownership path. And the PHCC documents a national shortage of over 500,000 plumbers. That shortage does not resolve in 5 years or 10. The plumber entering the apprenticeship today is heading towards a market that will still be desperately short of qualified people when they hit their earning prime. I want to be honest about this business ownership piece. A master plumber who eventually builds a residential service company with recurring maintenance contracts is looking at a business model that compounds annually. Pipes break regardless of economic conditions. That is a business with permanent demand, but business ownership is the destination, not the starting point. The path there is clear. The income at every step is real. Now, this next one. Number 5, stationary engineer, chief engineer, and central plant operator. Here's number 5, and this one surprises people every single time because it doesn't get mentioned in the mainstream career advice conversation. A stationary engineer operates and maintains the high-pressure boilers, chillers, cooling towers, and central plant equipment in hospitals, universities, and commercial high-rises. The person who runs the mechanical heart of a major institutional building. And that person, when they reach the senior license level, is compensated accordingly. Here's the pay picture. Licensed stationary engineers earn $72 to $105K. Chief engineers with senior stationary engineering running the central plant for major facilities are clearing $110 to $160,000. Union stationary engineers, represented by the IUOE in major cities, push total compensation above $150,000, including benefits. Those are documented numbers from industry salary surveys. Here's the six-figure path. Most states require a licensed stationary engineer to operate high-pressure boilers above certain thresholds. That license is earned through documented operating hours and a rigorous written and practical exam. The first or second class stationary engineer license is the credential that opens the senior positions. And those senior positions, chief engineer at a major hospital or university, carry income and job security that rivals almost any credential-based career in the country. No college degree required, no student debt. The credential comes from hours worked and exams passed. All right, next up, number 4. Real quick, what would your life look like if your income wasn't tied to a location, a schedule, or a boss? My brother Shane built the content growth engine to answer that question. A simple proven system for growing a YouTube channel and earning a full-time income in less than 4 hours a week. I joined as a member myself. Month 1, a $214 day. Month 5, $519 in a single day. And it just keeps building from there. No experience required, just a decision to start. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. Your freedom is waiting. Transmission lineman, high voltage line construction specialist. Here's number 4. And the six-figure story here is backed by documented wage data from the Edison Electric Institute and the IBEW. A transmission lineman installs and maintains the high voltage lines that move electricity across the country. The work is physically demanding. The heights are real. The weather exposure is real. And the compensation reflects all of it. Here's the pay picture. Journeyman linemen earn $90 to $120K in base wages according to the current industry data. But linemen respond to outages, storms, equipment failures around the clock. That overtime is not occasional. It is the core to the job. Experienced journeyman linemen regularly clear $130 to $180,000 annually when overtime is included. Foremen and crew supervisors are documented at $150 to $220,000. Here's what is driving the demand that is pushing those wages higher. The grid modernization build-out, the renewable energy transmission expansion, the EV charging infrastructure rollout. The Edison Electric Institute documents a shortage of 10,000 to 15,000 linemen currently. The shortage means leverage. The qualified lineman right now is in a strong negotiating position with every utility and line contractor in this country. The IBEW apprenticeship accepts people with a high school diploma and a driver's license. No college degree required. No prior electrical experience required. Now this next one, number 3, master electrician, commercial and industrial electrical business owner. Here's number 3, and I want to make a specific distinction. A journeyman electrician earns strong wages. A master electrician who owns a commercial electrical contracting business is in a completely different income category. Here's the documented pay picture. IBEW journeyman electricians in major markets earn $87,000 to $144,000 in base wages, plus benefits, according to the current IBEW local wage data. The top 10% of all electricians earn over $106,000, according to the BLS 2024 data. And the master electrician who owns a commercial contracting company with 10 to 15 electricians is generating $3 million to $6 million in annual revenue, with the owner personally clearing income that is well into the six-figure range and beyond. Here's what separates this from just being a journeyman. The master electrician license is the credential that allows you to pull permits and own a contracting company. It requires journeyman experience and passing a master exam. The process takes 7 to 10 years from apprenticeship entry, but you're getting paid and gaining experience the entire time. No student debt, no 4 years of theory before you earn a real wage. Now this next one is a career I know from the inside. Here it is.
Quick break here. We'll check out which trade is good for you. You can access the free course in the link below.
Number 2, HVACR, service technician, commercial tech and service business owner. Here's number 2, and I want to be transparent about something. I have been in the HVAC for 30 years. I own a business, so I'm not a neutral observer on this one. But I am going to give you documented numbers, and I'm going to let them speak. Here's the pay arc based on documented data. Entry-level HVAC service technicians earn $42,000 to $62,000. Within 3 to 5 years, with NATE certifications and commercial experience, that moves to $70,000 to $95,000. Senior commercial techs with chiller certifications are documented at $100,000 to $130,000. According to BLS 2024 data, the median wage for HVAC mechanics and installers was $60,000. The top 10% earned over $100,000. Here's why HVAC belongs near the top of this six-figure list. The shortage is the most severe of any trades on this countdown. According to ACHR News, the number of certified HVAC technicians dropped 50% over the past decade. The industry is short, an estimated 110,000 technicians nationally. The BLS projects 8% growth, much faster than average, with 40,100 openings per year through 2034. Data centers, heat pump retrofits, climate-driven cooling demand, all of this is creating new work simultaneously. Here's the entry picture. The EPA 608 certification costs $20. The prep material is free online. A motivated person can be exam ready in 2 to 4 weeks. That is the credential that opens the door. From there, an HVAC certificate program at a community college or a direct hire at an HVAC company willing to train. And here is the business ownership ceiling. A residential HVAC service company with maintenance agreements and a trained crew generates revenue that compounds annually. The recurring service contract model creates predictable revenue before a single repair call is booked. I have lived this arc personally for 30 years. The six-figure path in HVAC service contracting is real, documented, and accessible to the person willing to put in the years to get there. All right, number 1, the career with the highest documented freelance ceiling on this entire list. Here it is. Number 1, the closer, PLC programmer, industrial automation and control specialist. Okay, here's number 1, and this one earns the top spot because the income ceiling, particularly on the freelance and independent contractor side, is the highest documented earning potential of any career on this entire list. A PLC programmer writes the code that tells industrial machines what to do. Robotic welding cells, automated assembly lines, conveyor systems, packaging equipment, food processing lines, chemical processing equipment. Every automated industrial system in the country runs on a PLC program written by someone. And that someone is in serious demand right now. Here's what drives the exceptional pay. The combination of electrical knowledge and automation programming is rare. A standard electrician can wire a panel. A standard software programmer can write code. The PLC programmer can do both, understanding the physical electrical system and writing the logic that controls it. That hybrid skill set is generally scarce, and manufacturers who cannot afford production downtime are not going to lowball the person who can keep their automated systems running. Here's the full pay picture. Pay runs $60,000 to $110,000 in employed positions. Senior PLC programmers and control engineers designing and commissioning entire automated production systems are clearing $110,000 to $180,000. And here's a number that puts that at a number one. A freelance PLC programmer serving multiple manufacturing clients on service contracts, diagnosing automation failures, optimizing production logic, commissioning new equipment, can generate $150,000 to $250,000 working independently. That freelance ceiling is the highest documented earning potential of any career on this countdown. Here's the path in. An electrical background is a natural foundation. Alan Bradley from Brockwell Automation and Siemens are the two dominant platforms in industrial automation, and both offer vendor certification programs. No 4-year degree required. The credential is vendor certification and documented project experience. The manufacturing reshoring wave, driven by the CHIPS Act, the infrastructure bill, and the return of U.S. production, is creating a build-out of new automated facilities across the country. The demand for qualified PLC programmers is accelerating at exactly the right time for a person who enters this specialty now. No college degree required, no student debt, an electrical background, 2 vendor certifications, and a portfolio of documented projects. That is the path to the highest ceiling on this list. Look, 6 figures without a degree is not a fantasy. It is a career path. Construction safety manager, stationary engineer, master electrician, transmission lineman, plumber, HVAC service contractor, PLC programmer, 7 trades, all documented paths to $100,000 and above. All accessible without a 4-year degree. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment. Which one are you most seriously considering? I read every single one. Catch you in the next video. Peace out.
If you need to learn a trade, go to Zach of all trades.